Episode 9 is set to deliver many different twists and turns, as well as surprises by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, I will say, one thing that I'm truly looking forward to seeing in this movie is exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to change our view of the entire Skywalker saga. In fact, you may recall what Richard E. Grant had to say, one of the actors a part of Episode 9 on the Radio Times. He actually said that this film is going to have earth-shaking twists and turns that will have saga-wide implications. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Luke Skywalker, Kylo Ren, and Rey. Specifically, a description of both Kylo Ren and Rey walking through a dark environment. It's described that both Kylo and Rey are following the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker through this strange environment. The next goes over the environment around them beginning to change, where they are seeing visions of the past with Luke Skywalker giving a lecture to the two about the origins of the Force and the galaxy. It's described to be a moment in which Kylo and Rey begin to flow walk that is initiated by Luke Skywalker in order to see for themselves, with Luke also teaching them about the beyond, one of the great aspects of Episode 9. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we heard something similar in a sense a couple of weeks ago about Kylo Ren offering knowledge about the origins of the Force and the galaxy to Rey, most likely after he communicates with this new character that is actually dubbed, of course, Avril, and or, the upgraded name apart from Avril being, of course, when we look at this character, this new villain, Episode 9, we're not quite sure exactly, what his true intention is in the film. But aside from all of that, the fact that he once was called Avril and now it's more around the lines of Vector, you can really see that he's going to be a sinister character in this movie. He's going to be a character that's going to lure Kylo Ren in and basically make him feel vulnerable. So with the character of Luke Skywalker in the form of a Force ghost, showing them moments of the past and telling them about origins of the Force and the galaxy, it does line directly up with what Mark Hamill, Daisy Ridley, and Adam Driver actually filmed a couple of weeks ago before they wrapped filming, where they were over at Cardington, and it involved a 360-degree green screen. You guys may have heard about this, where Luke was actually placed on a platform where Kylo Ren and Rey were actually next to each other side by side, looking at Luke Skywalker, where it was actually said to involve intense visual effects that would be something that of next-generation technology being involved in that sequence for Episode 9 that's really going to blow the fans away. So this most definitely lines directly up with that. Now, what do I think is really happening here? It could very well be that, yes, they are trying to incorporate the concept of flow walking. That's most likely what this is. It is indeed flow walking. Now, in case you guys have no idea what that is, flow walking is basically a Force user having the ability to walk through time, essentially, and interact with different environments, but not being able to change, the actual turn of events of what happens throughout history. You can't change anything. You can just witness of what's happening. You can interact with it, but you can't change history. So that's a very interesting aspect of flow walking, and not only that, this sounds something like exactly what J.J. Abrams would incorporate into a Star Wars film. Do I think it's a little outlandish and a little strange? It may be at first, but if you think about Luke Skywalker and how JJ is going to be exploring the netherworld of the Force in this film, and, different regions of the galaxy and the beyond, whatever the beyond is going to be, you can really see what they're trying to do with this film. They are really trying to make us understand the Force a whole lot more in a visual way, where we actually get to understand it visually speaking, as opposed to just through words. And I think that's going to be a very interesting angle to a Star Wars film that's really going to make it seem like it's a movie in and on its own, which may be a good or a bad thing. We'll have to wait and see. Like I say, Episode 9 is a film that is really going to make or break the Star Wars sequel trilogy. As of right now, JJ's got a big shot at this film. He's got a great shot in order to really bring all Star Wars fans back together again. Ones that are divided, or even more than that, after, of course, the release of The Last Jedi. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time. And I think that's going to be JJ's strong suit when it comes to episode 9. We do know that he loves time travel, he loves flash forwards and flashbacks, different dimensions. That is JJ's strong suit, and I think that the fact that he's bringing those elements into a Star Wars film, it could work. It could absolutely work as long as it's executed well on the big screen and it makes a whole lot of sense for some of the characters, and it just fits in with the storyline. Like I say, is it possible that this is a thing that's more suited for an actual Star Wars animated TV series like Star Wars Rebels? Maybe, but converting it to live action, that's where things get a little tricky, because you've really gotta go through all these different obstacles in order to really make it work for a live action film, especially a Star Wars film, because this is an angle of Star Wars that we have never seen before on the big screen, and of course with characters like Luke, Rey, and Kylo. It may seem very surreal at first, but I think if JJ is able to film this right, and if he's able to write in the scenes correctly, and if it's all done very well with the music by John Williams, it's gonna work a-okay, it's gonna be fine.